If you want to buy cheap, reliable NBA 2K19 MT, please go to dvdj.com, use the code CRUSH, and if you're not familiar with the process, you can contact them on Twitter. Both links will be in the description. What is good, YouTube? Welcome back to a brand new video, and today we're going to be predicting the Timberwolves offseason. This is currently being recorded the day after Game 2 of Denver, and actually I'm just going to talk about one series in particular, Portland and Oklahoma City. I'm a Blazers fan. I know I've already said that repeatedly. Most of you have already known that for a long time, but I'm excited. Up 2-0. Very excited, but we still have, way more games left to play, I feel like, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens. So anyway, we're just going to be talking about the Timberwolves today, and we're going to be predicting the Timberwolves offseason. So I really don't know where this team is going to go, and as far as like just everything, it's really one of those things where they're in win now mode, but at the same time, you don't know if they have enough talent to win now. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm going to go through this offseason and try to give my best guesstimate on what I think the Timberwolves will do with all the players they got. We all know Jeff Teague has already accepted his player option. Kind of obvious, knew that was going to happen. And so we'll have Jeff Teague on the roster, $19 million. I don't see that as a tradable contract. That's pretty big, hefty, and for a point guard like Jeff Teague, who is still pretty decent. Do we have our first round pick? I really don't know if the Timberwolves have it or not. Let's check if they do. Minnesota, Celtics have it, so never mind. We do not have our first round pick, so that's unfortunate. But we all know Tom Thibodeau was fired a long time ago, and the head coach there was something Sanders. I don't know if he's going to be on this game, though. I forgot his name, if I'm completely honest with you. So I'll look for him. I doubt he'll be out here, but I'll definitely look for him. It's Flip Sanders' son, so I don't know if he'll be out here. He probably won't, most likely. I'm having a feeling he won't be on this game. So I'm probably just going to hire a random head coach, and I think Flip Sanders will still be the head coach. So we can ignore this part because he might be on the game, and I might just be missing him right now, but I'm just going to hire a random head coach and call it good, to be honest. So let's just sign this guy. And Ryan Sanders, that's his name. I'm pretty sure it's Ryan Sanders. Is definitely still the head coach for the Timberwolves, and rightfully so. But for the NBA draft, like I said, we don't have our pick. We have a second round pick. We got Towns and Wiggins under horrible. Well, no, Towns' contract is fine. Wiggins, you just haven't got the production out of him, man. What is it going to take for Wiggins to finally burst through that ceiling? Because he has not done nothing, man. He's just, I don't know what it is about Wiggins, but he just doesn't seem to care. That's per 36. These are his career stats. That year right before Jimmy Butler got there, he was starting to ball out, but still, man, I still want to see a lot more production from Wiggins. If they can finally get this man to break out and actually have him care like he plays basketball. Okay, that statement made no sense. If he actually cares to play basketball for an 82 game season, this team might actually, do something, but it just doesn't seem like he gives his 100% effort every time on the court. So that's the unfortunate part about having Andrew Wiggins under that contract, because it was just basically given to him off potential, and he has yet to show any potential to be. Well, okay, I wouldn't say any, but he hasn't shown that potential that we thought he could have. I remember him being compared to LeBron James and stuff. So yeah, he's definitely been disappointing. But as far as everything, like I said, we have a second round pick. Maybe the Timberwolves trade in, but I really doubt it. So I'm just going to send him to the 12th pick in the second round. Maybe we can get a gym here. I'm not sure. Jalen McDaniels is here. So the fact that he is here, I'm just going to go ahead and take him out of San Diego State. And we'll send him to the end because no reason to be in the draft anymore. And Knicks get Zion. And then I think I saw Ja. I'm going to sign Jalen McDaniels or Jaden McDaniels. Player options, like I said, Teague, he accepted that option in real life as well. So already making sense there. Qualifying offers, Tyus Jones. I could definitely see them bringing him back. One player I don't expect to be back on this team, and I think Timberwolves should be interested in trying to bring him back, but I doubt they will. I think Derrick Rose is going to move on. The fact that Tom Thibodeau is not there anymore, it's probably going to be a sign that Derrick Rose is set to move on. I doubt he'll be re-signed to the Timberwolves, so I'm not going to re-sign him just because my prediction is that he will be going elsewhere. So I'm not going to re-sign Derrick Rose. So don't yell at me because I didn't resign him. This is a prediction video, so I don't think the Timberwolves will be resigning him. I really don't think there's any free agents they're going to worry about besides Tyus Jones, and they really don't have a lot of money to do anything anyway. So when you look at their roster, you got Jeff Teague as the point guard. All right, that's fine. That's solid. whatever. You got Josh Okogie, whatever. I'm gonna say Okogie. Josh Okogie. No, we're done with that. Okay, Wiggins and Covington. That's fine. I would rather have Covington play that small forward spot, to be honest, and have Wiggins come off the bench at this point, but I'm not going to do that. Dario Saric, I want this man getting more minutes. I know his defense isn't all there, but Wiggins or Towns and Saric together on the court could definitely cause some damage as far as offense. Someone's going to have to get better defensively. I think Towns could do that in that department, but he definitely needs to get better defensively. That way they can start Saric, because what's his face? Tom Thibodeau didn't play Saric too much. I don't know why, because I always thought Saric was a really good player, but they didn't play him too much. We have a shooting guard we don't really have a good shooting guard, so I think the Timberwolves should look for a shooting guard. Now, they need an affordable one, and they need someone who's going to come in and help them win now, because if you look at this team, they got Towns and Wiggins, 23 years old, 24 years old. Towns is already playing some of the best basketball of his career, and he's probably only going to get better, so we definitely need to keep that in mind. And then you got Wiggins. Like I said, we're waiting for him to finally maybe do something. It's like poking him with a stick and say, come on, man, wake up, do something. And then Covington is a nice win now piece. You got Jeff Teague for 1 year or so, and you got Sarge. So they're kind of in the midst of not really a rebuild, I would say, but like being young and being competitive at the same time. So I could definitely see them being aggressive and trying to sign some solid players around around Wiggins and Towns, but you definitely need some players that are going to maximize those two players' talent. So as far as Wiggins is concerned, we'll just have to wait and see. But maybe a guy like Jeremy Lamb would make sense at that starting shooting guard spot. Terrence Ross, even just someone, even start Covington there if you wanted, and then have Wiggins. I would start. Actually, let's do that. We're gonna move Wiggins. I don't know if he goes down at all. He actually goes down to a 79 overall. But, 6'8", I think he did play shooting guard in college. I might be mistaken. But I think Wiggins will most likely play that shooting guard. I'll leave him in small. I'm going to leave him at shooting guard for now, but I'll change it later. So Wiggins is probably going to play that shooting guard spot. So let's keep that in mind. So you got Jeff Teague at the point guard. Wiggins is going to be a starting shooting guard. We got Covington. That's a pretty deadly lineup, though. It's not a bad lineup by any means. It's not deadly. I shouldn't say that, but it's not a bad lineup. Gorgie Deng's still going to have to come off the bench because his contract's way too big to get rid of. And you got Saric and that Jalen McDaniels who we just drafted. We really essentially don't have any bench players. So that's what we should be focused on. So let's go out there and get some bench players for the Minnesota Timberwolves, which is what I think they'll be more focused on. So Isaiah Thomas maybe could make sense. Just someone. No, never mind. I tried to argue that point and I just totally didn't like what I was saying. So Dawn Wright could make sense, although I think Memphis will try to re-sign him because he did start playing very well when Mike Conley went down. Beverly, you got Alfred Payton out there. Maybe I'll look in the shooting guard department. Terrence Ross off the bench. Avery Bradley, you got J.R. Smith. Just someone like this, similar, just someone who can come in, make shots off the bench, I think is someone the Timberwolves will be looking for. So I'm just going to go for one of these guys. It really does not matter. I'm going to go with a guy like Terrence Ross. Just come in, make shots, and that's basically all you would want from him. So I'm just going to give him a 2-year deal. Then you got some other players we could get. We could get Trevor Ariza, Joe still out here in free agency, man. Holy crap. Okay, Wilson Chandler. You got Lance Stevenson, wild card, Nick Young. Probably just going to give my money to Jake Layman for a year, something like that. Although I think Portland will definitely try to re-sign him because he did play pretty well this season. Zach Randolph, got Aminu, Jeff Green. I could definitely see Timberwolves maybe getting Jeff Green. That's someone that would make sense on this team. And that's probably like your bench players right there. And then you could re-sign Tyus Jones, like I said, which is the player I think the Timberwolves will look to try to re-sign. So let's get Tyus Jones back. Not much of a rebuild. Like I said, this isn't a rebuilding video. So some of you guys are wondering, why is he just signing like guys that won't help you at all? But this is a predictions video. We weren't able to afford Jeff Green. I did see that at the end. But when you look at the team, we got Jeff Teague, Tyus Jones, Wiggins, and Terrence Ross now, Covington and Jake Layman, Sarge, and then yeah. So we definitely need. Do we need anything? Maybe a backup power forward, and we should be solid. We'll be fine there. Power forward. Let's look. We had David West. I think he's retired. So Noah Vonleh, maybe I could see that. Trey Lyles, easily. Markieff Morris, Christian Wood. If no one's gonna get Christian Wood, he's Who did he play for this year? New Orleans. I was gonna say he did pretty well, I think, here and there. He did play for what's his face too, Milwaukee, but not a whole lot. So Chuck Diallo, Jeff Green. Like I said, Jeff Green I think makes a lot of sense on this team, but obviously he wants a little too much money for our market. Thaddeus Young makes a lot of sense too, but probably might end up back in Indiana. Maybe not. Just depends on what Indiana wants to do there. But I think I'll just get like Noah Vonleh or something. If we can't even afford Vonleh, so never mind. Okay, never mind. Not Noah Vonleh. What about Trey Lyles? No. Mikael Beasley, Christian Wood. I don't know. Maybe it won't matter. I'm just gonna sign someone random. I'll probably just leave it. Actually, we'll probably just run like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So yeah, this is something we could see from Minnesota. They could totally go different, but Minnesota does not have a lot of room to do a whole lot. They could be very aggressive and trade Wiggins or something. Maybe someone's willing to take on that contract. But the fact of the matter is, this team is only going to go as far as Wiggins' potential is going to go as long as he's on the roster. Because we're always going to look at Wiggins and be like, man, this guy could have been something special. It's just he doesn't give all the effort. We've seen him play great games before. We've seen him drop 40 before, although very inefficient shooting. But Wiggins could be special. He just got to give his effort in. So if he could do that this year for Minnesota, now that Jimmy Butler's gone, it's a clean slate, clean season. Maybe he can do something next to Towns. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see for that blossom to happen. But like I said, Minnesota not able to do a whole lot, I would think. Just not a whole lot of flexibility. I'll probably move Wiggins, like I said, back to the small forward spot. That way he's an 81 overall. But I'll probably mess with Wiggins' tendencies a little bit. Try to get him to play a little bit better. Try to make him as good as possible. And then Towns, like I said, is going to be the #1 scoring option still on this team. And then once this season's over, Jeff Teague will be off your books. And you could just really start to maybe get some more free agents around these two. I think this next season will be kind of a test season for Minnesota just to see what Wiggins does. Give him one more chance. I don't know how many chances he deserves, but if you give him one more opportunity to maybe break out and do something, maybe he will blossom. But I don't know, man. Because, you know, some people are late bloomers. That's just the way it is. But, I mean, it seems like we've given Wiggins a lot of time. And, you know, that's funny because they don't even want Wiggins coming. They don't even want Wiggins starting at this point. So I'm going to move Wiggins back in the starting lineup. And then Terrence Ross is going to be the 6th man, which is what he's good at. And then they have Tyus Jones coming off the bench, or sitting on the bench, but I'm going to put him in the rotation. And then we're going to have, like I said, Wiggins. Probably just going to move him back to the small forward spot. That way he's an 81 overall. But that looks good. So we got Teague at 28. I'm going to give him about 27 minutes. Wiggins, 33. And then, yeah, that's looking pretty good. Terrence Ross, let's give Jake Layman a little bit less minutes. Gorgie Dang, about 21. Let's give Robert Covington about 30. Teague, 28. Sarge, 30. Let's give him 30. Then, like I said, that's looking pretty good. Not too shabby by any means. And then we'll look at this first scoring option. I want it to be Karl Anthony Towns, and then I want it to be Andrew Wiggins. I want this to just be the show of these two. And then we look at the system proficiency. We got a balanced offense, a grit and grind offense, a 3-star. So everything is just 3-star. So we're just probably just going to stick with balanced. Probably just stick with balanced. Or no, that's 2.5. So let's go to 7 seconds. About forcing tempo by shooting quick and taking shots from the key or 3. Yeah, let's move that. Let's move it to that. Just, oh wait, I gotta confirm it. So let's move it to that because we have a lot of shooters in the lineup. So do that. Make active. 7 seconds. Cool. All right, looking good. All right, now we look at something else. I want to mess with Wiggins' tendencies real quick. Shot. Where is it? Close. Shot close ability. I want this man shooting mid-range. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm messing with his overalls. Not what I meant to do. Okay, that didn't really change much. Shot tendency. I want this man's shot tendency up. Although Towns' shot tendency is down as well. So I'm going to move these tendencies back up. And I'll just leave it there. So that's going to be what we're going to go with. We're going to see how Towns and Wiggins do. This is the kind of roster you might see out of Minnesota next year. Could be totally wrong, but these are my predictions. So I'm simulating to the end of the season. Let's see how Minnesota ends up. And we should be good from there. So you could even potentially see Teague be traded at the trade deadline, I would think. I think that is a huge possibility because we did see a George Hill get traded. So I could see Jeff Teague getting traded to a contender. because he is getting in the late stages of, well, he's only 31, but still, you know what I mean. So I can see Teague being traded, but I probably won't do that in this video. So I'm assuming at the end of the season, see you guys at the end. At the end of the season, James Harden does win MVP. We got Zion Williamson winning Rookie of the Year on the New York Knicks. That just looks all right, doesn't it? Sixth Man of the Year goes to Aaron Gordon. Milwaukee, or Giannis Antetokounmpo representing Milwaukee wins Defensive Player of the Year. McCollum winning Most Improved Player, 22 points per game. I don't know how improved that is really, but okay, that's advanced. 20. He went from one. Okay, he went from 21 to 22. 1 point difference, and he's the most improved. I don't know how that's okay. We'll roll with that. But anyway, All NBA first team from Anthony Towns. We got All NBA second team from no one else, and then on our team anyway is what I'm trying to say. All defensive first team, and did we make the playoffs? No, 39 and 43, so it was not good enough to make the playoffs, but that's okay. Honestly, I wasn't really trying to make the playoffs. I don't know if Minnesota will be a playoff team next year. They very well could be, but I don't know if they will. So here are the player stats. I'm hoping Wiggins scored a little bit. 19. Okay, Towns balled out. 29 points and 14 rebounds. So definitely Towns balled out. We got Wiggins averaging 19. I honestly, man, I still don't think that's good enough. I still don't think that's where we want Wiggins to be. And I really want him to be better than that. But Sarge had 12. We have Terrence Ross off the bench with 10.6. Jeff Teague with 9.7 and, you know, almost 6 assists. Or 10 points and 6 assists. And then Covington had about 9 and 4. And a couple of, or one steal and a block a game. So, you know, not too shabby. Kind of what I expected. Not really bad stats by any means. But like I said, my prediction next year for the Timberwolves, I'm not sure if they'll be a playoff team or not. But I think, like I said, if they do kind of what I similarly did in this video, they could do a totally different opposite approach to the offseason, be a lot more aggressive, trade players. I don't know. But I think Minnesota will definitely have to rely on Wiggins to break out next year, finally break out. I don't know what other superstar they plan on bringing next to Towns, but they are a team in disarray right now, and I really think they're really going to have to rely on Wiggins finally just blossoming. Hopefully he does. We got James Harden and winning 7 games, or the Rockets winning in 7 over the Sixers. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and of course, smash that subscribe button. But this is Crushbles, and I'm saying peace.